Hi guys, so I hope everyone's doing good and you've all survived that flash crash mentally. You survived that flash crash of last week and you're ready to get back in or ready to start seeing green again because by the looks of things, the market all around seems to be picking up again. It's getting back to being bullish the way it should be.
This video is brought to you by Weibo. If you'd like to help and support the channel, check out the link in my description box below. You can get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. For all you guys out here trying to get this bread, this is a perfect deal.
So in today's video, I'm going to do an update on Curis Inc. So ticker symbol is CRIS. So I put you guys on Curis Inc. a couple of weeks ago and I was telling you guys how great an investment is going to be. I believe the share price is going to double. Basically, I gave a price target of $18. So nothing has changed. You know, despite that flash crash, despite the sell-off, etc., nothing has changed. I still have faith in CRIS, Curis Inc. In fact, the market's already gone back up slightly or is creeping back up. So in today's video, I'm going to go through the fundamental analysis of Curis Inc. So CRIS. So I'm going to have a look to see if anything has changed fundamentally with the company, whether good or bad. And also I'm going to go through the technical analysis. So having a look at where the share price is, what's been going on with the share price, and where I believe the share price is going to go to, if it's got any hurdles to overcome, like any resistances, etc. Basically on its way towards $18. And then lastly, I'm going to give my price target. Well, my initial price target is $18. So I'm going to have a look. After looking at the fundamentals and the technicals, I'm going to let you guys know whether I still believe $18 is possible. Welcome back to Investor Prime TV. David here. If you're new, this channel is a one-stop shop for anything investment. So investment ideas, investment discussions, stock picks, when to get in the market, when to get out. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. With that being said, let's get this bread. So for those who don't know, Curis Inc. is a biotech company. The focus on the development and commercialization for therapeutics for the treatment of cancer. So they currently have a couple of drug products that are going through clinical stage like assessment, etc. into basically the stages they need to complete in order to be commercialized or to commercialize their drug and have a lot of people buying the drug or using the drug, especially in an area like cancer. So we're currently on Yahoo Finance, so Curis Inc., ticker symbol CRIS. So the closing price of Curis Inc. is $10.63. So for the day, it's up by 5.77%. So the annual report from 2016 to 2019 has been getting progressively better. So as a company, Curis Inc. are doing better, they're making more revenue, etc. So looking at the quarterly reports for 2020 up to quarter 3 of 2020, the earnings have been getting better for Curis Inc. So as a company, Curis Inc. are progressively getting better in the fundamentals. They're doing the right things. They're basically getting rid of liabilities or managing liabilities a lot better. And also the cash flow, basically the cash flow is doing a lot better. So at the moment, they've got a Q4 earnings and also they've got their 2020 earnings report to announce. This is part of the reason why the share price is steadily been rising, because there's a lot of anticipation that the earnings report is going to be good. So a lot of investors are getting involved in Curis Inc. So investing into the company in anticipation for the 2020 Q4 earnings report coming out or announcement coming out, and also the annual statement, the annual earnings report announcement. So before we get into the chart, I'd like to draw your attention to an article that basically was published yesterday, so the 10th of March. Curis announces abstract for CA4948 accepted for presentation at the American Association for Cancer Research annual meeting. Curis Inc., CRIS, a biotechnology company focused on the development of innovative therapeutics for the treatment of cancer, today announced that an abstract for CA4948, a small molecule IRAK4 inhibitor, has been accepted for poster presentation at the American Association for Cancer Research, AACR, annual meeting, which will be held virtually from April 10th to April 15th, 2021. So guys, the reason I pointed your attention to that particular article is that basically this is a potential catalyst for Curis Inc. Okay, so if you're looking to hold Curis Inc. long term, or let's say Curis Inc. hasn't reached $18 by April, then this could potentially be a catalyst to pretty much send Curis Inc.'s share price to the moon. All right, so basically get your moon boots ordered, get everything you need for space exploration ready. All right, because Curis Inc. could potentially take us there. And if they get a lot of people interested, such as investors, and basically people who have money like governments and hospitals, etc., that can get behind Curis Inc. and get behind the research, get behind the products, basically the treatments, then this could be huge for the company and even bigger for us investors. Definitely have Curis Inc. on your watch list if you're not already in it. So currently on the chart of Curis Inc., so ticker symbol CRIS. So pretty much from the 7th of December, the share price has been rising and effectively rose to about $13.35, in which case the share price has just dropped. So it's effectively dropped to $9.10, and I can imagine a lot of you guys were probably panicking. As you can see, the share price fell to $9, okay, and then it rose till about $12, and then it fell again. So on the technical note, so the initial rise of Curis Inc. share price took us all the way up to $8.59 or $8.60. So that became a resistance as the share price pretty much traded sideways underneath it. On the 4th of January, there was a breakout. So the share price broke out above that resistance and continued heading upwards. So theoretically, this resistance is now effectively a support. And as we can see, the share price came back down and tested this support at $8.64 or $8.60 roughly. By the looks of things, it's bounced off this support. So we can now confidently say that this is actually a good support and this is a good price to be in. And since then, the share price has taken off. Okay, so it's rose an extra $2 above the support. Part of this rise is, like I mentioned, in anticipation for this earnings announcement of Curis Inc. So just to let you guys know or give you guys a heads up with this earnings announcement. So in the lead up to this earnings announcement, the share price may rise, or it's most likely going to rise in anticipation for this. But when the earnings announcement comes out, whether good or bad, you guys should somewhat be expecting some pullback. Okay, so a pullback is when the share price rises to a certain level and comes back down. Okay, so you guys should be sort of expecting that. And then if you see this pullback, don't worry about it, all right? Don't start panicking. Just to let you guys know that that might be an outcome, but just know that over time, the Curis Inc. share price is going to rise. Okay, so I've got an initial price target of $18. So for a lot of guys who want to hold it for the short term, you can do that. If you want to hold it for longer term, because it's a biotech company and basically the products is much needed. So the minute the products go from clinical stage, like research and development, to effectively being commercialized, then this is going to take off. So guys, remember the likes of Moderna, remember the likes of Pfizer, okay, the way their share price took off, okay, because they effectively went from clinical stage research and development to a commercialized product. Okay, that was for the C-19 vaccine, etc. So you saw the way the share price just took off. So Curis Inc. may be the same, although the product is not for C-19, but the product is still very much needed. So expect the share price to rise in anticipation for this, and it could possibly fall, or the share price could even just take off after the earnings call. We don't know what's going to happen with the stock market. We can only pretty much take an educated guess as to what's going to happen and then put our contingencies in place. Speaking of contingencies, guys, I want you guys to, if you don't already do this, I want you guys to start placing stop loss orders, okay? And obviously, risk management is key. So I believe the key to a successful trader or investor is risk management. If you get your risk management down to a T, then trust me, you're going to be getting that bag when it comes to stock market, when it comes to trading, investing. If you have your risk management down, you've got it solid, you're good, then you start seeing success if you're not already seeing success in the stock market. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. And guys, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on Curis Inc. So ticker symbol CRIS. Are you guys already in Curis Inc? Are you guys thinking about getting into Curis Inc? But definitely have Curis Inc on your watch list, especially in the lead up to April. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video.